I think the homework that's like math and science, I think it helps, but with reading and English and stuff, I don't like think it affects you. And for certain subjects like math and science, they give too much usually, but the other ones are fine.
I think some homework is beneficial when it comes to certain things, but I think that some homework can also be completely pointless in a way, but no matter what, I think you should always do your homework. And I think some teachers give more homework than is needed, but then at the same time, if you finish it on time, then it's worth it.
I think that homework does benefit students, and I feel that where some subjects are lacking, students don't give, the teacher doesn't give enough, whereas some subjects really do need, they don't give enough.
I do think that homework definitely benefits students. If you didn't do your homework, it wouldn't reinforce the material that you've already learned. And I think that JC's teachers, I don't think that they give the correct amount of homework.
Probably like 3 to 4 hours.
Around like an hour to 2 hours.
About a few pages.
1 to 2 hours.
I do it when I go home from play practice or in like an off mod on the next day, and yes, I always have trouble finishing it because I fall asleep.
I do my homework when I get home from dance or rehearsal, and I always have trouble finishing science homework on time because it's so much and it's very hard, and I'm not good at science.
I feel that no, I never have trouble finishing it on time, and I do it late at night just when I'm, get ready to go to bed.
I usually don't have trouble finishing my homework. Sometimes teachers do give like 2 to 3 hours a night. It depends on the week. And sometimes I'll have like all these tests on one day and I have to study. And so then sometimes I do feel like I don't have enough time to study for them.
Bio labs, because they're not about anything in the chapter. They're just like for fun, but we have to do them for homework anyway.
Coloring, because I'm a freshman in high school and I know how to color.
I think the most pointless assignment I've ever had is when teachers try to tell you to take your information that you've learned and put it into like a coloring book or a crossword. I think crosswords are really stupid.
Why?
Math, like on the night before the test, because it reviews its questions that are just like on the test.
The most helpful homework assignment I've ever had are the brain flexes that we get in Mr. Perry's Earth Science class, because they help us learn about things that we might not have ever known about, and they help us with our research skills. Why?
The most helpful homework assignment I've ever had was, in my French class, was a homework that best explained the subjunctives, and that homework really did explain the mood, the sense, and the difference between indicative and regular. So I felt that the homework best, with examples, best helped me.
The most helpful assignment I've ever had is when people, like my teacher would give me critical thinking when it's in English, and you have to put the words that you learned or like the vocab into a story, or you have to find the theme or like the main idea in a text.
Yes, because they already have stuff to grade, and it's just like giving us something to do so we don't just sit there, but it's not like, it doesn't have anything to do with really what we're doing.
I think certain teachers give out busy work if they have other things that they have to do with like other classes, or if they're grading tests, because they want us to do certain things.
I feel that teachers do give out a lot of busy work in order so that they can catch up on the big projects that they need to best grade and hand in at the correct time.
I don't think a lot of teachers give busy work. I think some teachers give busy work, like maybe a math or science teacher will give you extra work on the same subject just because they have grading that they need to get finished or something that they need to do, and they don't have time to actually teach you, and so they're working on their computer in class while you're just sitting there writing out drills.
Science.
I think that homework that correctly diagrams the steps of how to complete a problem best explains the homework, and then problems that show that exemplify the homework are best homeworks.
I think the best type of homework, or the most efficient type of homework, is probably math, because math is something that you need rigid practice in. It's not something that you can just learn and then you have to do it over and over again until it's like stuck in your brain.
Homework. Science.
I get the most homework from my French class.
I would say I get the most homework in math.
I think homework will always help people learn, and that it does affect grades a lot.
I feel, yes, actually, homework does help me with my grades because it's a good moral boost and grade boost, and it does help me in subjects I need help.
Yeah, it definitely helps you learn. If you don't do your homework, you generally get a lower grade than if you do your homework, because when you do your homework, you're reinforcing what you learn back into your brain.
No, because I do plan accordingly that the most important homework I should do immediately, with the least important later, and if I don't finish any of it, the least important would be still done left to do during the day. So.
I pulled definitely close to an all-nighter, like maybe staying up till like 4:30, going to sleep, getting up at 7. This might sound crazy coming from a student, but I think that sometimes, not math or science teachers, but the English teachers and the language teachers don't give homework to benefit the student. I don't ever get English homework, and English is my favorite subject, and I find it really strange that they don't give any homework.
It's a lot, but yeah. I mean, it helps me mostly, so I'm happy.